Fuck. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? It's spooky season again. Woo! Halloween, yeah. And yeah, I'm back with more Halloween reviews. Remember last year when I started this YouTube channel and it was my first year of Halloween on this thing? And I threw out a couple of Halloween videos at you guys, and thank you very much for watching those. But yeah, I thought of doing the same thing this year again, like having a bunch of multiple videos for Halloween. But, I thought I would make one big video as well. Like maybe some more Halloween videos later down the line before spooky season's over. But the first video I wanted to be a nice big video because this year is the year I've watched the most horror movies. Because yeah, little Jesse over here is not that big of a fan of horror. Like, I just got too scared and not want to watch the movie. Every time a horror movie trailer popped up in the theater, it was like the biggest middle finger to me ever. But now I think I'm warming up to the idea of seeing horror, because after seeing all the pokes in the movies, yeah, sometimes can be really funny out of context, especially if you're not watching it alone. And thank you very much to my friend here who has been watching these movies with me. And I'm not going to say her name, but here's a picture of her. Now, I had to really think about how to narrow this video down to these movie choices, because I watched a lot of stuff in this month. So yeah, it came down to the movies that left a really big impression on me. So without further ado, and I have never seen these movies before, so let's get into this fresh. So without further ado, let's talk about Halloween 1978. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous going into these movies. I'd never seen them, and when I would always deal with something scary or horror related, I would be dealing with it like this.
That was right in my ear, dude.
Now, going into this movie, it's a product of its time. It feels super 70s. And you're like, Jesse, isn't that the point it came out in the 70s? Yeah, doesn't mean it aged very well, though. Because, Jesus Christ, this movie is like... I have a friend who doesn't like the Batman series because they do the guitar riff every 5 seconds. Like, every time you see Batman, which was really often in that show, you'd hear the guitar riff. That's what this feels like for this movie. Every time you see Michael Myers, you hear that. I'm like, bro, I get it. Now, this movie being the first movie, it's pretty simple. Just some creepy guy walking around, stalking people, and even in the daytime, seeing this dude out in the daytime was kind of crazy to me. I was like, wow, I always see him in the nighttime. Every trailer, every piece of marketing, it's always set at night. Even when this guy went to Halloween Horror Nights a couple years ago, at night. So seeing him walk around in the daytime like a happy-go-lucky John, that was pretty funny. But every scene in the daytime, those scenes are drawn out, like super drawn out, and I guess it's for suspense, and because Jaws had a lot of that as well. Probably worked for the 70s, but right now it made the movie kind of boring, because after hearing everything you hear about this character, you're like, okay, this is how he works, this is what he stands for. So seeing it where it came from originally, seeing it now with 2024 goggles, it's kind of boring. But I bet in the 70s people were going nuts for this, because it seemed like this was the first of its kind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you had slashers before this, but they would always be with a normal human. This is the first movie I've seen where it's an actual monsterish looking guy. But the scenes, everything set at night is, yeah, some of the stuff I'm used to seeing from this franchise. All the kills, all the suspense, but even those kills at night are, whoa, there's some cheese, alright. When you watch this movie, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have, or well, of course a lot of people have already, it's a phenomenon. Every kill has those cicada noises, like that. Every single scene, just can't help but laugh, bro. And they use that sound, the cicada, to like tell the audience, like, oh yeah, see, he got her this time. Like, bro. But everything leading up to the showdown between Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers. Everything but leading to that was, it was whatever to me. It's just her with her friends, and then she has a babysitting job. Then you see him, Michael Myers, be by himself, doing nothing, just stalking. And then you see this totally boring ass story with this cop right here on the screen. This cop, bro, like his whole subplot. I'm like, can we get back to the movie now? Like, what are we doing? It's probably the worst cop character I've ever seen in cinema, because this guy just does nothing to help the problem. He just walks around, talks to his buddy, fucks around, talks to his buddy again, and finally, right at the end, he comes and he hardly does anything. Pops a couple shots, then done. Movie's over. What'd you do, buddy? Not a damn thing. The final battle's pretty cool. It's a nice hack and slash. Jamie Lee's running all over this deserted neighborhood, because in horror movies, there's always a deserted neighborhood. And then all of a sudden, you see this iconic shot. Like this shot right here. This is some great cinematography. I do like this a lot. And yeah, we all know this by now. Michael Myers is a supernatural entity. Bro got shot 5 times, stabbed in the face, and got shot another 2 times, and fell out the window. And then he got up like nothing happened. Like, yeah, now I know why there's so many movies. Like, jeez. This movie does its job and does it well for being a nice horror icon. And people still watching to this day. Yeah, so the next one I got to see is 2018, because I'm not watching those crap load of movies that they made that are just not as good as this one. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. Just this one and Halloween 2018. Yeah, I'm giving Halloween a C. Oh, well, that movie was definitely aged. Now, you thought that was the only one I was gonna do? No, this is a big video. And if that didn't creep you out before, now we're gonna turn it up. After these movies, you're gonna have to change your chonies. Now, Evil Dead Rise is recent. This came out last year. And yeah, this trailer creeped the ever-lifting crap out of me. Because, like, I'm not gonna go watch it after seeing a trailer like this. Like, come on. Now, this being based on the beloved franchise by Sam Raimi, we finally got another Evil Dead movie. And this is my first Evil Dead movie, so don't judge me. Now, based on how this lady looks and how the other characters look, I was like, okay, Demon Lady. That's fun. But now, after looking into it, she is possessed by a demon and turned into a Deadite. Deadites are basically undead zombies, like, but they are so savage. They're savage, eerie, and very uncomfortable to be around. And this movie nails the tone, and this actress pops off, bro. Like, she deserves some type of award for acting like this, bro. Like, damn. Now, for the weak-hearted and weak-stomached, this movie is not for you. Steer clear from this, because this is a true, utter gorno. This has got to be the most blood I've seen in a horror movie. Like, jeez, it's usually a 1-2 stab, and you see a little bit of blood, maybe a limb chopped off or 2. But no, this movie literally has the characters almost drowning in blood. Like, jeez Louise. But the kills in this movie are savage, bro. Like, oh my god, they go in. And the creative team on this shit, like, bro, they went, wow, they like, maybe this is kind of a celebration of the Evil Dead franchise. I'm not sure, but like, they sure gave it their all in this one. The intro sets the tone very well. It's, yeah, kind of long, but like, well, not that long. It sets it off very well. And then as soon as you hear that, oh, Lord, the movie starts. Like, damn, then the title comes up. We're in this now. And honestly, this one's paced very well. Like, doesn't drag itself out. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It just sets out what it needs to do, give you some information to newcomers, and then absolutely batshit insanity all the way until the end. But this movie may upset you a lot because of the characters. The characters in this movie have got to be the biggest pack of dumbasses I've ever seen in cinema. We got a daughter, a mother, her little sister, and her lesbian-looking brother. And they are all, like, just not so bad. Especially the brother. The dude looks like fucking Ellen DeGeneres, bro. and he is the biggest idiot who sets this whole thing off. I'm like, if you, even the book said, leave it alone, put it back in the hole. This guy's like, no, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna set this up and I'll possess your mom. And now look what happened at the end. Like, come on, bro. I thought this movie was gonna go into something I haven't seen before. A no survivors type of thing. Like, have we ever seen, I had never seen that before, a movie where the main killer kills everybody and that's how the movie ends. But no, there's 2 survivors, but when I saw everyone else, other people get possessed by the Deadites, I was locked in. I was like, this is interesting. I really have not seen this done before, and I'm digging this. This movie was so crazy. I'm convinced this is gonna turn into a new trilogy. Kind of like how Halloween and Scream are new trilogies for this new generation. I'm convinced of it because the way this shit ends, I really want to see more of this. So hopefully we get that. But viewer discretion is advised. If you know what kind of movies you can handle, yeah, you should be able to watch this just fine. Know who you are, know what you want, know what you can handle, or else you're gonna act one of these 2 ways. If you're a person who loves horror, loves these horror movies and worships their lives by them, and you're gonna be acting like this. But if you don't do well with horror and you hate seeing the sight of blood, you're gonna be like this.
Oh! Ew, dude! What the fuck?
You know what's crazy? I haven't even gotten to the most fucked up movie on this list yet. So let's move on. Evil Dead Rise gets a B. Now, before I get into the last 2 movies, I wanted to warn you guys, because you know how I use trailers in my videos for footage. Yeah, even the trailers for these movies are kind of messed up, so yeah, just wanted to warn you. So let's do it. Alright, we made it. The Terrifier movies. These movies have such a structure online, bro. Wow. A couple years back, there was a movie called All Hallows Eve, and it featured a character named Art the Clown, and he was just a segment in that one movie. Little did they know they were going to be able to get his own movie called Terrifier, and let alone Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3. So this first movie basically tries to put Art the Clown into mainstream basis. Even though this movie does not look mainstream, it looks like a YouTube movie. And yeah, it's very low budget, come to expect. And you could tell by looking at the footage alone, yeah, it has the weird greasy camera, the weird greasy sets, the porn quality acting, all of that good stuff. And when it comes to this first movie, it reminds me of that shitty Winnie the Pooh movie, you know, Blood and Honey. Reminds me of that, because that movie felt like a whole segment of one scene. It was just the killer just killing everybody and doing its own thing. That whole movie was just one long kill scene. That's what this feels like as well. But the difference is, in Winnie the Pooh, all those kills were predictable as hell and you were waiting for them to happen. These movies, nah, the kills are the things that stand out in this movie. And they get creative more and more as they go on. I swear to you, watch these movies if you can or want to, and you can't tell me those kills are not creative. Like, come on now. And remember when I was talking about Evil Dead Rise and I said I thought it was going to be a movie with no survivors? Something I never seen before? These movies literally have no survivors. Every character dies. They get bodied. They get clapped. Art the Clown is a literal demon, bro. You may have heard reports too online. Every time a movie like this comes out, there's always reports of audiences getting sick, audiences getting scared, audiences walking out of the first intro of the movie. And after seeing them, I get it. And when I say these kills stand out in this movie, they stand out because they're so gory, they're so vulgar, they're so nasty. Like, God. The creative team by these movies are some sick individuals, bro. To even think about this and execute them in a crazy way, that's just crazy to me. Because, yeah, we're so used to, oh, this is a slasher film. It's going to show the knife slicing a body part or something, slicing their neck, and then it's over. They drop dead. No, this movie will showcase anything that's gross, disgusting, creepy, or like sick-minded and exploit them to their full potential. to the point where there's no boundaries. These guys have no boundaries for these movies. It's just anything goes. And if you think I'm lying, and I'm pretty sure you do, watch the movie. See for yourself. This movie's gruesomeness is on a different level because you'll get scenes with this type of dialogue and then they'll show it.
Can't leave. It's almost halftime and we all pooped in the tuba. Okay, we can go.
Also, it's so crazy how Art is literally silent. He's mute the whole movie, every movie, but he has just a crazy face. His face, everyone else wears masks in horror icons except for Freddy Krueger, but this guy is he just relies on his face and his body language alone for that to make you like feel uneasy, uncomfortable, and just downright disgusted. Now this movie's crazy. It's not that very good either. Like I just said, it's just one long kill scene. That's basically it, and the movie's done. Now, it's when the second movie comes, I'm like, okay, I can appreciate this as a movie. So let's just rate this one up, and then we'll go on to the sequel. Terrifier 1 is a C-. Now, they did not expect the success for the first movie, I guess in that little community they have. So now they got a bigger budget for this one. And yeah, this movie is way better movie. We got actual characters that are actually likable. Sienna, like bro, Sienna's up there now. She's up there with like Laurie Strode and Sidney Prescott. Like I'm convinced of it now, especially after seeing this. Like I could see that, and apparently how good the third one is. I haven't seen the third one yet, but I'm gonna see it soon. Now this movie uses that budget well. It just has more batshit scenes, more creative kills, and also a nice little story pulling it, like driving the whole thing forward. I could say that more than the first movie, especially since this movie takes time to set the atmosphere. The atmosphere, like it's Halloween night, creepiest night of the year, and now anything could be set off. Like I love that scene in the costume store where like he's just walking around creepily because Sienna thinks he's just a weird customer, but then he's like creeping up to her. She's like all frozen with fear, and he just honks his little horn, and that just sets it off. And that even like could kind of jump scare the audience a bit because like that's scary. That's a better way of creeping out and scaring the audience without having a cringe ass jump scare every 5 minutes. And yeah, I'm looking at you, Blumhouse. And when I say more creative kills, I mean it. Like this movie has its final battle, and even its scenes getting up to that final battle, like get more and more like uneasy and nasty, bro. Like this is straight up gore porn. And this is like that series where it's like a brand new breakout horror icon. Like we haven't had that in a minute. Every year, horror movie place studios tried to have that. Like we got a lot of crappy movies, but none of them hit that mainstream. Like that mainstream audiences, like he's up there with Freddy, he's up there with Scream, he's up there with Michael Myers. These movies are it. Art the Clown is now in mainstream audiences like radar now. And he's like one of those horror icons that's like the newest, biggest thing. He's just one evil, sick, twisted individual, and that's all we need in a horror icon. And it's kind of crazy because I heard that thing online is this Art the Clown a misogynist because he only kills women. No, I don't think he is really. It's just he's killing everybody. I feel like in this series, every person he's next to in this movie dies in the most messed up way possible. If he somehow sees you or looks at you, he's on your radar. But Art the Clown is truly a supernatural entity, just like Michael Myers was, because he's getting like stabbed or like shot or like freaking decapitated, and he's still alive. Like at this point he's a goddamn demon or he's a goddamn alien, like either one of those. But that whole final segment at the carnival, that was good. That was some crazy stuff right there. And Art is just like beating the ever-living dog shit out of all the characters, bro. Doesn't matter what age they are. He's beating the shit out of kids, teenagers, and grown-ass adults. Like, oh my goodness, even some marijuana hipsters. Like, jeez. Even the nightmare that Sienna was having in the beginning, like the one where she's in that commercial for like fucking cereal or something. Oh, yeah, the Clown Cafe scene. That whole scene is like some good stuff to show how bad Art is and how like everything around him just turns into just evil negativity. But that song for the Clown Cafe is cringy as fuck. Like, my goodness, it went on for too long, too. It doesn't help that it sounds like this as well. The scene would go like this. Like, Sienna comes home from a rough day at school. Her friend is a drug addict. Her mom is so naggy, and her brother is annoying as hell. And she just turns on the TV even after getting, like, mangled by something weird outside, or having a really crazy encounter with Art the Clown before he tries to kill her. And then all of a sudden, she turns the TV on and hears a commercial that sounds like this.
Oink, oink, zoo pals. Buzz, buzz, zoo pals. Quack, quack, zoo pals. Zoo pals make eating fun.
But the final battle at the carnival, that was... I think I already said this. Yeah, that was crazy, bro. Like, Art is just beating the ever-living dog out of Sienna, bro. And there was one part I was like, oh, no survivors. Again, I forgot these movies have no survivors. Except, this is why I say she's on par with Laurie Strode and Sidney Prescott. Because this girl gets down and she fights back. She's protecting her brother and her family. And there was a part where I'm like, okay, this part shows that she's dead. Art stabs her, throws her down a chute. She falls and hits the ground pretty hard. Then Art's going to kill the brother and then the movie's going to end. I was like, all right. But then we see a glowing sword. Then Sienna comes back to life. She emerges from the hole that Art put her in to save her brother. I shit you not. Why was there magic or power over that thing? And then she's in this costume and she comes out the hole all badass like. I thought she was gonna be like, no more. I'm sick of this Art the Clown shit. It's morphin' time. Come on, you can't help but think that. This movie is a step up from the original in every way. And that's all I can really say spoiler free. And yes, I've heard reports that the third one is worse. And better. We'll see. We'll see what happens when I watch that. I'll see if I'll see it soon, or maybe I'll watch it later. I don't know. If I do watch it, I'll get that review to you guys ASAP. Terrifier 2 gets a B. Alright, now done. We reviewed all the horror movies I've seen this year that had a big impact on me. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Hey! What was that? Oh yeah, this one!
Making up a song about Coraline. She's a...
Okay, yeah, this is not a horror movie, but still, I still watched it, and it is a spooky-ass movie, so I just never thought I'd be reviewing this on this channel. Not because I never liked it, I just never seen it, and now, a few days ago, finally watched it. And yeah, this movie is really good. I can see why theaters love bringing this thing back. First off, the characters, the stop-motion animation, this all such a delight, man. Like I like Nightmare Before Christmas a lot, and now when I get to see a new movie that's really good in the vein of stop motion, I welcome it. Coraline is one adorable, and also her parents are really neglectful, they're workaholics. Like, I can see why she's upset during her whole day, and plus she lives in a really depressing ass neighborhood, really depressing apartment building, and all she wants is just to be with her family, and just like, she just wants. She wants a nice house, she wants a nice room, she wants nice food, she wants just her parents to be always on her attention 24/7. I see why. I get it. I understand her. But this movie is message. I really like the message. It's just be grateful for what you have and make the most of it. Yeah, kids are going to want, but at a certain point in age, you're going to be like, okay, there's got to be some point where I'm like, I'm just asking for want. When am I going to give something back? Because yeah, once in a while or every so often, it's nice to have that one great thing. But if you have too much of a good thing, it could turn into a fucking nightmare. And that's exactly what the world at the end of the door is. It's just everything she dreams of and she wants. And then she gets too much of that. She gets consumed by it. And then all of a sudden, those great things turn into very horrific things very quickly. And she isn't the only victim. This witch manifests itself into their loved ones because they send a doll in to do spy work. They spy on them, see what they want, see what their lives are like, and then they just take the kids, manifest the whole world in their image, and then she eats them. And that's very traumatic. Which is why it's good to just be thankful and live life the best way you can. Just make the most of what you have. Because when her parents disappear, she gets very scared and gets very depressed and like, I want my family back, man. Even her friend Wybie, he comes out and he introduces himself to her, and then at first she's very like she doesn't like him that much. She just thinks he's annoying, weird dude, just comes around and acts creepy and everything. But then once she finds out how to play, like once she finds out the other half of him that's in the other world, he's mute, he's silent, he does not talk, and she likes him more for that because apparently she doesn't like to hear him talk. But as soon as that version of Wybie helps her out, she tries to grow a new appreciation for the Wybie in her own house, because that's the one that was always a good one. After seeing all the horrific things she's seen, she learns that her regular life ain't bad at all. It's actually everything she wanted. She just didn't know it. Also the music. The music's fantastic. Not only the Coraline song, it's just that nice ambient theme of the movie that plays throughout the movie. It's very low key. It's very spooky. I do like the aesthetic. It really fits for the movie. And I do like a movie where the character rises up and takes control of the situation and does everything she can to save everyone in her life, because she grows throughout the movie and gains a new appreciation. This is somehow the creepiest movie ever made without being the creepiest movie ever made. Like, it's crazy. And this is a family movie. Thank goodness for that. This is not a kid cringe. This is for everybody. And once you watch the movie, you can really tell. Nice, short, and sweet, enjoyable, spooky movie, bro. Great movie. Alright, let's wrap it up. But before I go, I just want to let you guys know I am so thankful for all my subscribers. I recently hit 30 subscribers, and I know it's not really a milestone. It's more than I thought I'd get. And I love talking movies with you guys. I love talking everything with you guys. I love making these videos. It's so freaking fun. And yeah, more videos on the way, of course. But I'm glad hope you enjoyed this Halloween video. I enjoyed it, and it was really fun to make. Alright guys, let's wrap this up. Rating time. Coraline gets an A.
I'm going crazy.